Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessica Jerkan. I'm an aspiring author currently working on my debut novel, Boston's Vigilantes. I created my channel to document my self-publishing journey, to share my tips and tricks for writing, and to join the online writing community. So this week's topic is something that I have found in common with some of the writing groups that I'm in, and that is a topic of beta readers. I've talked to some writer newbies who don't know exactly what a beta reader is or how to work with beta readers or just the whole process of beta readers. And talking about that, I decided to do a video for this week's and talking about beta readers, I decided to make a video on this topic since I have gone through the beta reader process. I kind of learned how to work with them. Keep in mind, maybe my process isn't the process that will suit you, but it worked for me. Talking to other people, I found that they had different process or similar processes, but you can start with the base and just work your way to form your whole process depending on how you want it, depending on your needs, depending on your schedule and the number of beta readers that you have. So I'm rambling about the beta reader process, but I never really mentioned what a beta reader is. For those of you who don't know, a beta reader is kind of what the name implies, a reader who reads your novel after many rounds of edits, but before the professional edit. You could enlist beta readers maybe before the critique partner round or maybe after. Personally, I used my beta reader process after my novel has been critiqued by my critique partner. You can do as many rounds of betas as you want, but this is the reader who essentially reads your novel before it's been professionally edited, before kind of the wrapping of the editing process. I feel like because a beta reader isn't going to look for grammar, they're going to look at the plot as a whole and tell you if certain things make sense, if certain things work, what works and what doesn't work. If they find it boring, because the beta readers, getting feedback from your beta readers and kind of mushing them all together into a review cert type way that you use for your editing, maybe before the professional edits or before a new round of critique partner critiques. It really helps you kind of see what readers think of your novel. The process of using beta readers is kind of simple. You enlist beta readers on different groups. There is a group on Goodreads, on Facebook. Maybe you can enlist some friends, but if you do enlist your friends, you need those kind of friends who will read your novel and who you trust with your baby, but who will give you honest feedback, because you don't want to hand it out to your friends and for them to lie to you, to say that your novel is great, that it's perfect, that you don't need to edit it anymore because it's kind of essentially the best novel ever written. Make sure that their critiques, you can trust what they say, and that they're going to tell you the whole truth, but not in a rude type way, just kind of give you constructive criticism. And after you've enlisted your beta readers, you just send them their novel, and it really depends on how you want it. Maybe you can send it to them the whole novel, the whole chunk, or you could send them one chapter after the another, or even maybe batches of 3 or 5 chapters. I've beta read for people who sent me the entire novel. I've been a beta reader to people who just sent me 5 chapters at a time, and at the end of each chapter, there is this questionnaire with different questions regarding the novel. It could be like generic questions of what were your initial thoughts of the chapter, or it could be like really detailed questions. For example, what did you think of this scene in particular. And after your betas have gone through a novel and answered every question and have left their feedback, you just get everything and compress them. Look for trends. So if like 10 out of 12 betas said that they hate this character, you know that you need to do something about that character because so many of your betas hated them. Or compared to if 1 out of 12 betas hates a certain character, maybe you shouldn't really pay that close of attention to it because it's just 1 out of 12. It's really a minority. You could listen to what they have to say about that character and see, okay, why would they hate them? What their thoughts on the character is. But if one of your betas just hates an entire character, you shouldn't really start from scratch with that character. Leave it like that. Maybe just have a little extra trick here and there. One thing to keep in mind is that a beta reader is not a critique partner. So when you are sending your betas your novel, they're not going to look into the whole story structure or the depth or of the character or go into descriptions. They are there purely for kind of seeing how entertaining your novel is, seeing what you can improve, seeing overall having your reader's voice, well, kind of your future reader's voice, where they look at the entertainment value, at the characters, what they essentially like, compared to a critique partner who looks kind of like at every word that you've used or looks deeper into the chapter and wants to see exactly what you've written there. They come up with a lot of suggestions for you to improve your book. And on the other hand, I found that with my beta readers, they just looked at the characters, at the story, some of them did critique and pointed out a few mistakes here and there, but that's not their job. That's more of a critique partner job. Maybe you would want to skip over the critique partner. I highly recommend working with a critique partner before a beta reader, or multiple beta readers. If you want more information on critique partners, I'm going to leave my video about critique partners in the link down below. But both of them are really important, and you can really prep everything with a critique partner maybe multiple times. You can do multiple rounds. Compared to beta readers, of course, you can use as many beta rounds as you want, but I feel like working with beta readers takes a lot longer than just working with a critique partner. So maybe you could pay a little more attention with time-wise with using a critique partner. But if you do decide to not use a critique partner, beta readers are a must. So this is really a step that you cannot just skip, because the beta readers represent your future audience, and if they don't really enjoy your novel, if them as readers from a reader perspective don't enjoy your novel or think that it's boring, it's more likely, it's really probable that your future audience might think of it as boring or bland as well. I've talked before about a questionnaire, and these questions at the questionnaire can be as different as you want, as detailed as you want. My questions for each chapter, I would have the same base questions. So what are your initial thoughts of the chapter? Who is your favorite character? Who is your least favorite character, and why? What is your favorite scene, and what scene did you hate the most and why? Any future predictions? How would you rate it from a scale from 1 to 10? And then I would just go, so this is kind of the base, these were the questions for every chapter, and then I would add certain different questions for that chapter specifically. So for example, what did you think of the fight scene, or what did you think of the argument between the mother and daughter. What did you think about this or that? Just regarding specifics that chapter. And then I would just take everything from all my betas and just smush it into one document, and look for certain trends. So if like most people like didn't seem to quite understand something, I should really tweak that, or just see how everyone what everyone thinks of the chapter. And after they finish reading the novel and giving me their feedback, I just started editing everything. One thing to really keep in mind is that along the way you will lose beta readers, maybe because when they started their commitment, they had free time, and 5-10 chapters into beta reading, something came up in their lives and they can't. Maybe they don't enjoy your novel, and if your betas tell you that, you have to respect their decision and appreciate their honesty. But minimum, if you're looking for betas, I think you should try to stick to around getting 20. Along the way you will lose betas. I know that I had close to 30 betas enlisted, and I ended up having 20 by chapter 15 to 20, and then a few others dropped out, so I kind of end up working with 12 from beginning to end. You will lose a lot of betas, but that shouldn't really discourage you. Yeah, I mean, of course, it would be great to have someone agree to read your novel and help you out with your novel, and for them to stick to the very end. But it's not going to be with everyone. So I personally recommend to just post announcements everywhere you can. Maybe look on different Instagram groups or on Facebook groups or on Goodreads. Maybe even just reaching out to someone you've been following on Instagram or Facebook or on Twitter or anywhere, even on YouTube, and ask them if they would be willing, and who knows, maybe that it can even be the start of a friendship. So that is all I have for the beta reading process. I hope this video was helpful for you, because I know that when I first went through my beta reading process, it kind of was a little bit hectic and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I learned, so it's great, and hopefully my video helped you. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I post new videos every Fridays. If you want to get in touch or just chat for a bit, you can go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JessicaJerkon. I always love talking to new people and making new writer friends. I hope you guys have a nice Friday and a fantastic weekend. Bye!